A Letter to Harvey Milk, we did not move at all. It became like, oh, I'm an actor singer.
Yeah.
And Dancer was hidden. And now she's out, baby. I'm pointing my toes. I'm doing time steps.
Yes.
I got my limbs all over the place. Yeah.
You're going back to your Thoroughly Modern Millie roots.
Back to my roots,
Jimmy Award
baby.
nominee.
Who, me? No. Exactly. Very Millie.
Without you. All right, you ready for this?
Yay!
I'm so excited.
Me too.
Oh, thank you for being on the show again,
My
Julia
pleasure.
Knitel. Welcome back to Where the Light Lands, everybody. This is Jason A. Coombs, and I'm so grateful to have this space and this platform to uplift and shine a light on artists that I deeply admire. Artists who continue to inspire audiences through storytelling, vulnerability, passions, and creativity. Today I'm excited, to sit down with the wonderful Tony-nominated Julia Knitel for the second time.
Yes.
We met almost a year. I think it was like almost a year
It
ago.
must have been a year ago.
Oh, like
it feels
literally.
like yesterday.
I know, and especially I watched it yesterday. I was like, I don't want to ask the same questions as I did last time. So let me listen again.
So smart. Such a good interviewer. You
I
go,
try
Jason.
sometimes. But I was on Survival Jobs, where I co-host with Samantha. Shout out, Sammy Toots out there. Julia is a Broadway actor and storyteller whose credits include Dead Outlaw, Operation Mincemeat currently, Beautiful, the Carole King musical, Come From Away, and Letters to Harvey Milk, which I read a lot about last night, so I have a couple questions about that.
Oh, yay.
Last season, you received the Tony nomination as part of the celebrated company of Dead Outlaw, and you continue to bring so much heart, humor, intelligence, and humanity to all the roles you step into. And you're my Aquarius sibling. I just realized you're January.
Yeah, when's your birthday?
I'm January 28th.
Oh, we're real close.
Yes.
Come on, Aquarius.
So welcome to Where the Light Lands.
Yay. Happy to be here.
Yes, I'm so happy to chat with you. And I was doing some research, and I saw that you went to Marymount Manhattan College.
Yes, I'm a perpetual dropout. So I dropped out of high school and college. I only
Okay.
did 2 years in each. But I was in a situation where like I had done my first Broadway show.
Yeah.
Had an amazing time. Was like, oh, this is what I want to do with my life. Let's go full force. And I just was like 16.
Yeah.
So for 17 and 18 and 19, I was like auditioning and getting really close to things and it wasn't happening for me. But I only had a GED. So
Gotcha, yeah.
I was like, where can I go get a BFA in acting with a GED in New York City?
Right.
And Marymount was like, you can come here.
That is
so
the one.
I had two great years of training there. I learned a lot.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
I applied to that school when I was a senior in high school, and it was between Marymount and Pace, and I chose Pace. But
You know, the only reason I didn't choose Pace, because I also looked at Pace,
Yeah.
was because so many of my friends who I'd been in Bye Bye Birdie with, Danny
Yeah.
Quadrino, Kevin Shotwell, Jillian didn't go to school there, but Catherine Blades, like several of the company members all went to Pace, and I was like,
Oh,
I want a
wow.
fresh start.
Right, you wanna be
I can
somewhere
always be
new.
friends with them.
Yes.
You know, like I'll like connect the bridge between the two schools, but I wanted somewhere with a fresh start.
oh, I love that for you. When thinking back to that time, you said you were there for 2 years. Did you imagine you'd be here now, a working Broadway act? Did you have that? Because I feel like you kind of have to have that believability in yourself, right?
That's so true. I think there's a part of me that has always known my path and
Yeah.
my desire for this life.
Yeah.
And I think that like, especially when it wasn't my everyday, I was more certain. Like, I
Okay.
think I actually feel less certain now, not certain that I'm on my path, but certain of the future and hopeful that like I will continue to get to do this.
Yeah.
But back then I was just like, of course I will. Yes, I
Right.
will. And I
Yeah.
think that when you're young and you haven't locked in yet, you sort of have to have that blind faith of just like, I'm gonna jump off this cliff and only good things are gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
But then when you actually are living it every day, like I've been so fortunate for the last year to be in 3 incredible productions in New York City.
Yeah.
And I am now like, oh, I hope I get something else, which is so funny. But I think I'm right on time with that.
That's so amazing. You're good. I see nothing but good things coming for you.
Thank you.
Let's see. You worked across so many different kinds of productions, from huge Broadway shows to more intimate productions like Letters to Harvey Milk. What kind of stories like really pull you in as an actor? Like when you're, because I know when you're like looking to audition, like what is the stuff like I want to be part of this? I gotta make this happen for me.
I love that question, and I was actually just having this conversation with a friend the other day. I'm so fortunate that so much of my career has already reflected the kind of art that I want to make. And I believe that this is like a little woo-woo, but I believe that a lot of that is the energy you put out into the world.
Right.
And it's the things that you manifest for yourself. And those things for me are like truthfulness, groundedness, simple storytelling, but also something that like pushes the boundaries of what people expect. And I think that like Dead Outlaw was such a perfect, it encompassed all of those things and more. Like I remember you guys, we talked about it when I was here last, like it was my literal dream come true.
Right.
I was living my dream, and I, you know, the recognition that the show got, the recognition I got, it was all like, that was all bonus. But just to be able to tell something so beautiful in such a brilliant way with such a brilliant team of people on stage and off was like literal dreams come true. And so everything from there, I just have to keep hoping that I get those opportunities again and again, and to originate something like that, and to get to be in at the ground floor and help create and shape and put your, you know, your fingerprints on a piece of art that then lives on in, you know, the American songbook and like these shows that will be revived in years to come, is like little me couldn't even possibly dream of that. It's I want to tell stories that move people, and I want to make things that last.
That's a legacy.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this on the other show. I feel like we're going back to Survivor Job so much, but I just truly think this is like so special that you got to originate a role that you're going to be the blueprint for. Like, I think that's so awesome and so like special and incredible. Like, people are going to be like, I'm going to listen to cast recording. They're going to hear your voice. I'm going to make choices. You know, they're going to be a good actor, right? And make choices for them, but you're going to be the blueprint for them.
It's such an honor. And it's, you know, I remember as a kid listening to Sutton Foster, listening to Kelly O'Hara, listening to these voices, Bernadette Peters, Patti LuPone, like these people who made their mark on these roles. And then they really are, like, they're in the DNA, even if you make your own fresh choice, like they are the blueprint. And it's such a wild thing that I actually, because the timeline of Dead Outlaw was such a whirlwind. We opened, were nominated, went to the Tony Awards and closed. So it was sort of like, and then it was over. Yeah. And I think that like right now is actually when I'm starting to process just how incredible that time was. Yeah. And just how fortunate I feel. And I think I was very in the moment and very like in the gratitude of it. But to have the hindsight and to have the distance and to also get to be doing another incredible role in an incredible show on Broadway right now, I'm given this sort of safe, soft place to land to really reflect on all that's happened.
That's really incredible. We're going to talk about Operation Mincemeat, but I want to talk a little bit about last year. Yeah. For those of us who, because most of us will never know what that's like to be a Tony. No, I'm true. Like, you know, that's such a special thing, you know? So I guess my question is, I want to make sure I frame it correctly. Please. Is there a specific moment about that whole Tony Awards season that like really stood out to you and was really rewarding to you?
Yeah, I mean, there were so many. It's hard to pick just one. Yeah. I think sort of like I said about Dead Outlaw being so special to me. Yeah. Just the reality of getting to create this thing that as soon as I read the script for Dead Outlaw, I knew what it was. And as soon as I heard those songs, I was like, this show could change my life. Like, it could change my life. It's the best thing I've ever laid my hands and eyes on. And I just felt so lucky to be there and to be with my friends. Like, these men who I was in the trenches with, and I just like they are forever my brothers in that way. And to get to do it all together, to get to be there and to perform on the Tonys and to just be on this journey was a dream come true. But I think like if there's one specific moment where it all felt very real, because I think I said this when I saw you guys last, I felt like I was in a fairy tale. Like I felt like I was waking up every day in my dream life and getting to just experience all these amazing things for the first time. And
'cause there's like luncheons and
meeting all of these wonderful people and just sort of like really feeling the community of Broadway and being held by it in such a beautiful way after having been a part of this community for 16 years. Yeah. It just felt like I had reached this new level of like, oh, maybe I do belong. Maybe this is my home. And that was really profound. But there's this one moment that I remember on the day of the Tony Awards, which, as you know, is like a crazy day. You're up first thing in the morning. We were fortunate we didn't have a matinee, but some people have matinees that day. We like had to go to the theater, get all in costume, get on a bus, drive like a block and a half in
gosh.
terrible traffic, trying to convince the police officers. We're like, we're gonna be on the Tonys. We have to get through, and they're like, around the block.
No, really?
Oh, classic.
There should be
Classic
like a
New
sign
York.
that says Tony Award
They
bus.
do not care. They don't care. We literally were like, it's a 5-minute walk, and we took like a 20-minute drive to get there.
Right.
But no, finally we got to Radio City, and I was with all my friends getting off this bus in our costumes, and I walked in, and it was Floyd Collins was doing their tech run.
Yeah.
And it just washed, I'm going to cry if I talk about it now. It washed over me in such a profound way where I was like, oh my God, I've watched the Tony Awards every year.
Yeah.
I grew up in a theater family. This was like, we would all sit around the TV and watch this for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
And not only am I performing on the Tony Awards, I'm nominated for the first time for a role that I originated for a show that I believe in so viscerally. And I started crying and I couldn't stop. Like I couldn't stop. I don't think I really stopped the rest of the day, but I truly like, I just kept squeezing my friend's hands and like watching this thing happen around me. And I just felt like, oh, I mean, I could die tomorrow and this would have just been the best last day on earth.
Oh my gosh, that sounds literally magical.
Yeah, it was.
So you have to go rehearse, and then you go back?
Well, yeah, so then you go back and some people have to do their matinee. I was very fortunate. I got in a car, I went uptown.
Okay.
My whole family was at my apartment
Oh
waiting with breakfast foods, which was very sweet. And then,
so what time is it that you go over there?
We went over at like 8.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
8
early.
in the morning.
It's early, but then the red carpet starts at like 4. So by the time you're done getting into costume, getting to Radio City, getting back to the theater, getting out of costume, it was like 11:30.
Okay.
And then I had to go uptown, have breakfast, thankfully, and then hair and makeup showed up. The stylist showed up. It's a whirlwind. I'm like literally dripping in diamonds. Like, what? Where am I? This is crazy. And then like my dear friends Jake and Amanda came over and took the most beautiful pictures of me that I've ever seen and will ever see probably. And then I got down into a cab and was sent off to the Tony Awards. And then again, because it's New York and traffic is
crazy. Yeah.
I literally got out in my 18-inch heels and my gown, waddled my way 2 long blocks from like 7th or 8th. I don't know. I was driving down and had to full on walk in my heels because Lisa, my sweet publicist, was like, if you don't get here at this time, you won't make it on the carpet. And I was like, okay, and running. It was a crazy
love Lisa
day.
Goldberg.
Yeah. I love Lisa. She's the best. Couldn't have done it without her. We love you, Lisa.
We love you. Oh my gosh. That's incredible.
It's crazy. And that doesn't even touch on what happens once you get inside.
Yes,
like,
please. I'm like dying to know. This is like we have like 45 more minutes or 35 so.
I mean, it's actually funny. There's like a very long line for the red carpet. So you're standing there with like Victoria Clark and Andrew Durand and like Megan Hilty, and no one cuts the line. Like you're all waiting.
Wow.
Everybody. And then like, it's the craziest, most surreal, like cartoon Hollywood red carpet.
Is it like a full block?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just
We've never been on it.
This year's the year, I believe. But it's surreal, and there's just like more cameras than you've ever seen in your life, and everyone's like yelling your name, and it's just sort of like, what is happening? I definitely was nervous. It was good. I had like Jeb on one side of me and Andrew on the other side, so we felt like this little like Dead Outlaw faction. And then it's just madness. I mean, you've got Jenny and Emilio like running around and trying to snap pictures on the carpet, and then like the press in there, and it's you're just trying to like enjoy it and breathe it all in. And then once you're inside, that's when I started to see like friends. And I'll never forget Rebecca Covington Weber, who I love so much, who I toured on Beautiful with.
Rebecca.
Rebecca, we love you. She found me and she put like a mint in my mouth and was like, "What do you need?" And I was like, I just need a hug, actually. And we hugged, and it was so nice to see someone who just made me feel grounded.
Right.
And then my mom was my date.
I'm sure you're just like floating. You're just like.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy, and you're just trying to like stay in the moment, enjoy it all, absorb it all, while also like being nervous. I had to perform. Not that I really had to do anything. I think I said one single line, but you have to perform. So
then you have to like, is your wardrobe backstage? Like your costumes are backstage?
Yes. So my makeup artist and my dresser had all of my stuff. And so once like it was our time they like come and pull you from your seat. And I think it was after my category. So I was able to like sort of relax and just be like, okay,
Yeah.
This is fun. Now we just ride it home.
Right.
And they like pull you and you go into these dressing rooms backstage. And this is like, shout out to Audra McDonald, who is icon of icons.
Right.
She's like, this is not my first Tony Awards, obviously. And she had a onesie backstage. And she looked so comfortable while the rest of us were like, not at all. And I was like, noted. If I'm ever here again, got to do the Audra, get a onesie to like slip into and be comfortable, because you're in these crazy shoes and you're in these dresses and whatever. And between whatever your gown is and your costume, it's got to be a onesie, clearly. Because if Audra does it, then that's the best way to do it.
If Audra does it, that's the best way to do it. I mean, she's been there like, what, 8 times at least?
Probably more.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just the time she's nominated.
Right.
You know, like she's crazy. She's so cool.
She's so cool.
But yeah, so you go back there and, you know, I was like shivering in my stockings and should have had a robe. But yeah, you like get into your costume, you do the performance, and you come back up and you get back in, and they like fixed my makeup, and then you know, off all of my team went, and I went back down to sit. But actually, there's a crazy video. I'll send it to you if you want to like splice it in. Of me. I like loved Operation Mincemeat.
Yeah.
I went to see it in January. I thought it was so fun, and I knew that Montague was like a crazy cool role, and I wanted to play it. But I thought to myself, Dead Outlaw is going to run forever, and Operation Mincemeat is a limited run. So like, I'll never even get to see it if I don't see it right before we open.
Yeah.
And there's this video of me in my Tony dress backstage at the Tonys while Operation Mincemeat's performing downstairs. And I just took it from my partner being like, look, it's Operation Mincemeat. And I'm like lip syncing to Born to Lead.
Talk about full circle.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. I love how the universe makes it happen.
She really does.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna jump into Operation Mincemeat. I have one more quick question though, because I know that you performed on The View, and The View is like my favorite like daytime show since I was literally like a little gay high schooler. So I would love to. I'm gonna manifest being on that show one day.
I'm manifesting it for you.
Thank you. But you
welcome.
got to perform on there. Whoopi introduced you. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
There's like a picture of me and Whoopi where I'm like this, like truly trying to shake her hand, just like a kid in a candy store. She's so lovely and so genuine too.
Yes.
Like when you're Whoopi Goldberg, you probably like, I don't know, you meet people all day, every day. And she was so warm and so lovely and just a dream. But no, that was crazy. I was so grateful that we were able to do Millicent's song on The View.
Literally your song.
My song, my girl. It's like, you know, I originated this entire role, but there's a part of me that like, Millicent is just, she's my inner child.
Yeah.
And I got to be her and just feel her on stage with me every night. And it's been so lovely actually to meet people at the stage door over the last year who really connected with Millicent in the way that I connected with Millicent. And it's just so, I feel like there's a little like Millicent fan club of folks who get her. But yeah, it was such a dream. And there was something about Millicent's song when we were recording the album. Or I'll go back. When we were developing the role, I had this idea that as she ages, we can age her voice in a really subtle way.
Yes.
Where like she starts really straight tone, really sort of nasal, and then grows as she grows into this sort of fuller, more vibrato heavy.
Yeah. Woman.
Yeah, woman, exactly. And as the time changes, it's like the 1940s. She would have been listening to Rosemary Clooney, Judy Garland, like all of these really, you know, delicious full voices. And I was able to do that every night. And it was, I think, one of the things that people connected with, and it made it really effective, and it sort of helped the passing of time. But when we were recording the album, it didn't work.
Really?
Yeah. And David Yazbek, obviously the smartest person in any room he's in, he was like, I'm obsessed with that choice. We love that choice. It's not reading, just hearing it. There's something missing that can't tell the story in the same way.
Too.
Exactly.
Got it.
And so he had me do some vibrato throughout. And just sort of find like one smooth Millicent voice instead of these 3 parts.
Gotcha.
And it was something that I forgot about because we recorded it when it was off Broadway, and then we did it on Broadway, and they released that recording. And there were a lot of people who were like, "Where's the Millicent vibrato? Where's the growth?" And I was like, I know, and I'm sorry. And it's a decision we made last year for the quality of the piece, and it didn't work. But then to get to do it on The View, I was able to give it its fullest arc and really, really grow and show it the way that we all wanted it to be every night. And it was so special and so exciting. And I'm just so glad it's immortalized in that way for my own memories, just because I that was my favorite part of the show every night. And we always joked that like Andrew had it easy that day. Andrew was working hard, very hard at night. And that morning, all he had to do was come and stand on the view in a coffin. I was like, just take a nap, baby.
I know.
Just take a little rest.
I love how at the end, I guess the audience didn't know that.
Oh, yeah,
like
no.
that. So
that was a real person?
Yeah. So when he pops out, and
like,
the audience is like, yeah. And Whoopi's just so cute.
She's so
I love
cute.
her.
She's so cute. And it was such a warm audience. And like, those things are really early in the morning.
Yeah, what's
so
it, like 11 a.m., right?
Oh, I think it's, they recorded like a little bit ahead of time. It's not live.
Oh,
that
okay.
part of the performance.
Yeah.
So I think we recorded it at like 8 in the morning or something.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So has, oh my God, Alan. Has Alan ever fallen
Alan
asleep over there?
falls asleep all the time. Can't keep this man up.
Has Andrew ever fallen asleep?
I have to say, I don't think he ever fell like into a deep sleep, but there were definitely some like meditative states that he had to find to survive.
Of course.
Like, because it was such a long time that he was there, 45 minutes in a coffin.
Yeah.
And he would sort of like find this like really zen state, which was almost sleep.
Yeah. I love that. What a cool freaking show.
I know. I miss it.
Can you bring it
every
back?
day. I miss it every day. Bring us to the West End. I'm manifesting that.
Ooh,
I said it.
Let's
I love London. Take me.
Okay, Operation Mincemeat.
Yeah, speaking of London.
Speaking of London, that's a good transition. And when I saw you in the elevator, we didn't get to really talk about it, but you said it's the hardest jumping into this
I've ever done. Yes.
Can you explain why?
Oh my God. In every single way. First of all, I've only done 90-minute shows for the last several years.
Yeah.
It's a full 2-act, which is lovely and actually, is exactly the amount of time we need to tell the story. So it's like totally justified and amazing. But I do miss my 90 no's. It's R.I.P. But this show, they made it look so easy.
Yeah.
These brilliant people who wrote it and originated these roles are comedians, and they just like threw themselves into it so fully and just gave it their all every night. And so there were really large shoes to fill.
Oh yeah.
Especially, like I'm such a fan of Natasha, and just it was very intimidating. I remember there was one moment in rehearsal where I genuinely was like, I think she should just keep doing this. Like, I think I should go home and she should stay. She should do it.
I don't think so.
It's like, and it's true. I mean, it's the hardest thing I've ever learned, literally, like learning the words that I have to say and sing and sometimes rap every night.
Yeah.
It was a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
I had to I usually am like a quick study and I can just sort of absorb as we work. Like we'll block this scene, I'll learn this song, and then the next day I just kind of know it. This was like every single day I was rehearsing 10 to 6, and then from 7 to 10 I would sit with my book and I would try to learn my lines, and then I would stand up with an archival recording of it. Leaned up on my toaster because I famously don't have a computer. I only have a phone. I have the phone leaning against my toaster, and I'm trying to do and it's not a mirror image, so I have to do the opposite of whatever they're doing and try to do. The blocking is my cat and my dog just like absolutely freak out and hate me. It was just like learning it was hard.
Yeah.
And then stepping into it, sometimes I really do think like, oh my God, I can't believe I ever did this for the first time. Right. Because replacing is so different than originating.
Yeah, maybe you could talk a little bit about that. Like,
Absolutely.
How much rehearsal do you get? Who do you rehearse with?
Well, I'm very lucky because there's 5 people on stage and 5 people off stage, so 5 standbys. And they had 3 people stepping up from standbys and 2 new, fresh people in the onstage company. So the 2 of us who were fresh in the onstage company and the 3 new standbys rehearsed together to make one entire company.
Got it.
Which was incredible.
Yeah.
And obviously, I fell in love with these folks, and I just love them so much, and we were all able to sort of trauma bond and learn this show together, which was a delight. But that meant that we had a full company, and so we were really learning everything on our feet. But we're learning everything in a studio, and we were very fortunate. We had some small set pieces, but
was it 6 weeks?
It actually was. It's not common. When I've replaced in the past, it's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I replaced in Come From Away, and that's that show prepared me a lot for this show with the multi-character and the quick switching and the amount of words.
Yeah.
But that was 3 or 4 weeks, and this was a full 6. And there was even like a week prior. So I guess it was 5 weeks with everyone. But the first week they flew over the director Rob from London, and we like sat and did bookwork and just talked about the role. And Montague is such a feat. It's a feat to learn, but it is a feat to do every night. I feel like I'm running a marathon, and I'm so grateful because it's such a challenge physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
Yeah.
And it's that, like, to me, that is the kind of work I want to do. Like, I don't want to just phone it in, and like that's like never going to be me. So I'm like giving 150% when I probably could give 110 and it would be fine. But I'm like, no,
let's
go
all the way. Yeah.
But no, it's so hard. But that also means that it's really, really rewarding.
Yeah.
I get to the end of the night and I'm just like, wow, can't believe I did that.
It's like running a marathon every
day.
Twice a day sometimes.
Yes, many times.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I have to eat like a football player. That's been the new thing. The calorie burn is so high that I get home and I'm like, unhinge my jaw, shovel in the food. It's crazy.
What's a meal? What's an after show meal for you?
This is gonna sound not that appetizing, but I promise it really is. I love like roasted vegetables.
Okay.
I love a roasted cauliflower that like really high heat, like get it caramelized and brown, and then I'll make like a little like miso tahini drizzle, and I'll like dip. Yeah, I love a vegetable at night, but honestly most times that's not enough. Been eating a lot of biscuits. Like I'm like gotta get like biscuits with butter, like, you know.
Is that like a British little biscuit? Or is that a cookie over there?
I think that's a cookie over there.
Never mind.
But these are American biscuits. I'm obsessed with this bakery called Bub's. It's a new bakery downtown that's gluten free.
Oh, okay.
And their biscuits are life changing. Yeah. Shout out to Bub's.
Did you feel, and I'm sorry if this is a stupid question because you're a professional, obviously a Tony nominee, but was there like a sense of pressure to step into like a role on a show that's so famous? And how do you deal with that?
100%.
Yeah.
I think I actually had a conversation with Michael Cerveris when I was doing A Christmas Carol with him. He's a magnificent actor and a magnificent company leader, and I am in awe of and in love with him. But I had this conversation with him where I was like, Michael, I feel like the pressure has changed. Like I would think that now that I have this thing that I've wanted my whole life, that sort of does give me like a little like certified check next to my name. Why am I more nervous now in work sessions, in auditions than I was before? And he sort of was able to help ground me and make me feel a lot less crazy for feeling that way, because he has felt the same way, where it's like all of a sudden now people have an idea of who you are. You have something to lose because they have an opinion of you. Whereas before I was just walking in and it was like a pleasant surprise if they liked me.
Right.
But now it's like, oh yeah, didn't she get a Tony nomination? And not that anyone's thinking that, but there's a part of you that thinks maybe they're less likely to, I don't know. I don't want to say this the wrong way. It's something that got me in my head, which is definitely more of a reflection on my anxiety, but it's real. It's very real.
And I think anybody in any other kind of industry who's coming into something where there may be like people have like given you something or you're coming from some history that you might feel that way. So I don't think, I'm not going to tell you how to feel, but I don't think you should feel weird about having those feelings.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That made so much sense, and that's exactly what Michael said to me too.
Okay.
And he's won 2 Tony Awards, I think. Right. And he just was like, "That's real. You're right on time. That's so normal." Like I'm still, although I've been in this business for 17 years, I'm still a baby. I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
And I have to
you look 17.
Oh, thanks. I'm just so young. No, but I'm grateful that I often work with such magnificent and accomplished people.
Yeah.
That people like Michael Cerveris, Nancy Opel, Beth Leavel, Adam Heller, these like people who are ahead of me in this timeline and are able to like look back and say, hey, you're right on time. Don't stress. Yeah. And it's really helpful. But when stepping into, to get back to your question, when stepping into something like this with such a strong fan base.
Oh, yes.
With such a enormous shoes to fill and someone who was so beloved by the fans in the role, I was very fortunate that the creative teams fully supported me to make it my own.
Good,
No one
yeah.
ever said, you got to do this like she did.
Good, yeah.
And I'm very grateful for that because I was able to just really make it my own. And
Good,
there's,
yeah.
you know, I think a lot of the fans who come see the show again and again are like, oh, it's a new thing. And that's not, you're not always given that as a replacement. There have
Right.
been situations where it's like, this is the blueprint.
Yeah.
This is what the fans expect. This is where the lighting needs to be. And they were like, pretty much, this is where the lighting needs to be. We're going to make it bigger because you're 8 inches taller than Natasha. But like, we're going to let you fly. And they speaking of flying, they flew over the choreographer to add
gosh.
choreography for me. We do a little soft
You're
shoe.
a dancer.
Yeah, and I've been hiding it for years, thanks to some advice I got from Beth Leavel many moons ago. Do you know about this? Oh.
Yeah, we know Beth. I mean, ask Alan's girl. He just produced
Alan's
a show starring
Yes,
Beth.
with Alan,
Yeah,
who's
yep.
like truly one of my favorite people on the planet.
Yeah.
You know, we all did Gypsy together.
At the Muni.
At the Muni.
Yeah.
Where like that was the first time I was like, I could retire now and my career could be over and it would be great. No, they're my people and I love them.
Yeah.
And Beth sat down with me when we were doing Gypsy and she said, Julia, if I can give you one piece of advice, don't let anyone know you can dance. Because then
Really?
everyone will make you. And I said, thank you, Beth. And I think like what she meant, it was manyfold.
Yeah.
What she meant was like literally it's hard on your body when you're made to dance 8 shows a week in perpetuity. And she was, you know, she was of the 42nd Street
Right.
world and
Yeah.
everyone knew she could kick her face and dance. And now every role she does for the most part is dance role.
dancing, yeah.
And you know, even now she was like thrown down in the prom. Like that's she's a dancer. And I think
Yeah.
she was trying to save my body, but there was also like this second level of like at that point in my career, I had done some understudying and I
Okay.
had understudied Carole King.
Oh, wow.
And then I took it over and I was on this precipice of like, okay, my agents are saying we're only going to submit me for leads right now. And I'm not going to go into the understudy or ensemble world.
Okay.
And I think part of what Beth was saying is if you can play the lead, but you can also dance the ensemble, that makes you incredibly valuable.
Right.
And that is a whole career trajectory that so many magnificent people
Yeah.
choose. But she wanted me to try the go of like, don't let them know you can be on the ensemble.
Yeah.
Just align yourself with this world of like, no, I'm a leading lady.
Because they might, because you know you'd be the leading lady, but you go dance. They might just like keep putting
me in
you.
there. Yeah.
Gosh, that's
And
so smart.
I listened to her and it
Yeah.
really like, I mean, I stopped dancing. I went from Beautiful to Come From Away where we didn't dance. A Letter to Harvey Milk, we did not move at all. It became like, oh, I'm an actor singer.
Yeah.
And dancer was hidden. And now she's out, baby. I'm pointing my toes. I'm doing time steps.
Yes.
I got my limbs all over the place. Yeah.
You're going
I'm
back to your Thoroughly Modern Millie roots.
back to my roots,
Jimmy Award
baby.
nominee.
Who, me? No. Exactly. Very Millie.
I love that for you. Oh my gosh. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so for people like me, because I'm an idiot who hasn't seen the show yet, and
You
there's
gotta
some
come.
others. Guess.
What?
I know, Alan.
Have you seen The Americans?
Yes.
Without me?
Oh.
Have you seen the American company of Operation Mincemeat yet?
Oh, no, the Americans in Mincemeat. No, I
Yes.
haven't.
Well, you gotta come.
Yeah.
The whole team needs to come.
Alan, let's go. Let's
It's
do it.
really good. You're
I
gonna
mean,
like it.
I've seen it. I've been following it. I was
like, the Americans, the show? Yeah, I watched this.
No, of course not.
Carrie Russell.
I don't watch TV.
Shout out to Carrie Russell. But for people like me, idiots like me who haven't seen it yet. Oh no, you're not an idiot.
No, you're not.
You're not an idiot.
No
it's
one's
okay.
an idiot.
What's your quick elevator pitch where people should come down and come see the show? Because it got extended 9 times
It has
to
been extended
February
9 times.
2027.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
It is really crazy. I mean, it's a hit for a reason. I
Yeah.
would say. It's okay. Wait, let me give the clean elevator pitch. Operation Mincemeat is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It is 5 actors playing 87 characters. It is a British farce in some ways, but also a very beautiful, truthful tale of one of the moments in World War II that turned the tide of the war away from the Nazis and toward the Allied troops. And we tell that story over 2.5 hours of singing and dancing and madness. And it is incredibly cathartic, incredibly moving. You will laugh till you cry. You will cry till you laugh. And it is a joy to do each night and a joy to take the audience on this ride each night, especially in America right now, where it's more important than ever to watch the fascists lose. And I have conversations every single day at the stage door with people who are so grateful to have this story of good triumphing?
Yeah,
Is that the
triumphing?
word?
Being
We
triumphant?
triumphing. Is that not a word?
We're making it a word today.
Triumphing.
That's worse.
That's definitely not the word.
let's I'll phrase it differently. It is so cathartic to see good triumph over evil
Yes.
every night.
Yeah.
And it's so important and it's moving to me. There are many times where I am brought to tears by the fact that I get to tell such an important story in this time in American history, and I feel so lucky.
Yeah. Well, I want to just ask you a quick question because we are going into Pride Month soon.
Yay.
And I was reading about Letters to Harvey Milk, which I didn't get to see, of course. I'm doing a bad job.
No, that's okay. That one was a long time ago.
Yeah.
You missed it, but
But
okay.
why is it important to like have stories like that, right? And that are uplifting, queer storytelling, and
Yeah.
especially in 2026 when shit is bleak. If you haven't noticed,
Shit is bleak. Shit is really bleak.
Yeah.
And I am one of my favorite things that happens at the stage door of every show I've done since A Letter to Harvey Milk is that someone saw it, someone heard the cast album, someone connected with it. Some people have come into their queerness. And I had someone the other day, and this is 2026. We did this show in 2018.
yeah,
Someone said to me, I heard the cast album of A Letter to Harvey Milk and I was able to come out to my mom. And that to be a small part of a moment like that where the art that we made helped you step into your truth,
yeah,
that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
And A Letter to Harvey Milk was very interesting. I was not fully aware of my queerness when I was doing that show.
Yeah.
And it was a real eye opener for me to play Barbara Katziff, who was this queer woman and who went on this journey of like self-love and self-acceptance, and it certainly kicked off my true journey within myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so moving, and it's also a story that deals with the Nazis and the Holocaust, and it had many layers of points to connect. And I know that we had many Holocaust survivors and many queer people who just connected with the Harvey Milk aspect of it. It really brought together so many generations.
Yeah.
And it brought Adam Heller into my life, who is not only one of the best people I've ever known, but one of the best actors I've ever known. And
Snaps.
I learned so much from him getting to do that every night. And he really helped shape me as an actor. And it was a really beautiful time. And it was a sort of a bridge between Carole King in Beautiful, the Carole King musical, and Come From Away. I think that I did that for the 8 months between, and it was a really great time.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, this show is called Where the Light Lands, and we're talking about spotlighting and people stepping into their lights. I want to ask you, and maybe you already answered this in a way just a while ago, but do you remember the moment when you finally stepped into your light, either personally, professionally?
I love this question. I want you to know. And I think it's such a beautiful thing to build your show on.
Thank
I
you.
thank you for having me. And I
appreciate you.
thank you for spreading the light wherever you go. I am someone who has come to the realization, which I hope that many of us do, that I keep growing. I keep reinventing. I keep metamorphosizing. I keep opening myself up to the next level and the next level and the next level. And so when I look at that, when I hear that question, my answer goes like, well, which one? Like, my brain just wants like to point them all out. But if the most recent, not to bring up Dame Audra McDonald again, but I remember last winter before Dead Outlaw started rehearsals, I wanted to see everything in the season, and I bought myself a very expensive ticket to Gypsy on Broadway. And
you have to, right?
You have to. I mean, it's Audra. How are you not?
Yeah.
And I sat down and I was going through a lot in my personal life at that time. And I was really like caught up in it and hurting and didn't know how to move through it and had never really been through anything like that before.
Yeah.
And I went into the theater and I sat down, and for 2.5 hours, I didn't think about anything I was going through out in the real world. I was just in it. I was locked in with this once in a generation performer who was giving a master class in the art form that I have chosen to build my life around. And it was a real aha moment for me, because I realized, oh my God, performing is an act of service.
Yes.
Like Audra McDonald is performing an act of service for me right now, for all of us in the audience.
Yeah.
But for me to leave my troubles at the door,
Right.
to come in here and heal, to realign my energy, to engage with the community around me and shared catharsis. And that moment I realized, like, acting is not about me.
Yeah.
It's not about anyone on stage. It's about the audience.
Yeah.
It is an act of service for the audience, whatever they're going through, whatever America's going through, however I can be of service for you to come on this journey. Then that's the real gift of being a performer. And I was able to take that and combat a lot of my nerves, especially during Dead Outlaw, where it's like those things that I was doing were so exposed. It was like me on stage by myself in front of a dead body, both of my solos. And it was like just a tiny spot on Julia, silence in the audience. And that, to me, off Broadway was really intimidating and like really sort of hard to get around. And then I just shifted it and like, oh, I'm providing a service. I'm providing a service, and I'm giving my gifts freely, nothing to prove, everything to share.
Love that.
And that was a real turning point for me. And I'm trying really hard in Operation Mincemeat to fold that back in, because I'm still new in the show and I'm sort of like still in my head a little and still trying to remember what to do in which moments. And I want to be able to always be in such a pure state to give and then receive.
I love that.
Yeah.
My first guest, Rod Cyrus, said something very similar about that. I think it's incredible and so honest. And so, as someone who only acts, once or twice a year, but I feel like that's so true, because everyone turned to the arts during the pandemic, right?
Yes.
We were all glued to storytelling and wanting to escape. And I think that you just hit the nail on the head with that.
It's real. And it also helps, again, like if you can take the focus off of you and put it on them, it just makes like the energy flow easier. You just kind of ride the wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for asking such a thoughtful question.
One more question about light. Do you want to shine the light on someone else or an organization or a cause or something that you want to share with us today?
I would love to. I have a dear friend, Ellie, and he just started a trans mask choir in New York City.
What?
I
really?
know. Yeah.
Wait, okay, that's awesome.
I'll send you the Instagram.
Please.
It's incredible. But they're gathering, I think, once a month to come together and sing as a community. And I believe this is the first of its kind in New York City.
Wow.
I may be misquoting, but I believe that it's filling a void.
Yeah.
And the first time they met, I watched a video the following day and just burst into tears.
I love that.
And I think it's so incredible, and I'm so proud of my friend for forging this path and creating a safe space for people like him to come together and express themselves. And especially during Pride Month, I think it's more important than ever to shine a light on the incredible trans community and how big a part of LGBTQIA they are, and how, gay rights would not exist without trans rights. And more than ever in America right now, we need to protect all our brothers and sisters and siblings. And I am honored to shine the light on Ellie.
Ellie, the light is shine on you. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Go listen to Trans Mask Choir on Instagram.
Yes. That's amazing.
Yeah.
We have like 2 minutes left, but I love this part of the show, and I can't not do it.
Please.
This is called Scoring the Moment. And I'm going to ask you a couple moments in your life, and you tell me what would be the score if this was a biopic about your life.
Like songs?
Songs,
Oh my God,
yeah.
this is so hard. I thought you were
Yeah.
going to make me go like, yeah. I'm going to write this song. And that's
Oh,
not what
I
I have
love
to
that
do.
too.
No, I don't want to do that.
So I'm going to ask you a couple because I don't want to take up too much of your time.
No,
but
please.
I guess a good first one would be, what song would be playing during the opening credits of your movie?
This is maybe the hardest thing I've been asked to do in months. Opening
sorry.
credits. No, I love it. It's Claire de Lune. Do you know that song?
I don't think so.
It's a piece by, I believe, Debussy. Am I being so ignorant right now? Claire de Lune.
Is it
D space Lune is Debussy.
There we go. It's a
To 1905.
Oh, wow.
completely gorgeous piece of music. It's I listen to it several times a week. It brings me to like a
Yes.
transcendent state. So that would be the opening credits.
Love that. Okay. Your parents had a community theater in a church basement, from what I remember.
Yes.
So maybe when you were younger and you were seeing artists working in your parents' basement, would there be a song that would kind of scoring that moment?
Oh my God. There's a cover of "There's No Business Like Show Business"
Oh.
that I made like a Dead Outlaw album, and I released it on the anniversary. Not like a
Yeah.
a
A
Spotify playlist.
Yes.
That I released on the anniversary of our openings, and some fans saved it, which made me really
Really?
happy. But there's a cover on that playlist that is like, it's from the 70s, and it's like this really like sultry kind of silly version, and she's singing it, and I just it's no business like show
perfect.
business. Yeah.
That's so perfect. Obviously, two more quick ones. How about the song that played when you met your first love?
Oh my God.
Playing right now.
Okay.
Alan's so funny.
Oh gosh. Maybe it would be "Yesterday" by the Beatles.
By the Beatles?
Yeah. I don't know. That's or maybe "I Want to Hold Your Hand," but the version from "Across the Universe."
Oh, that's such a good
You know?
version. Yeah.
Which is, by the way, the only song I've ever sung in any audition that I've booked.
Really?
Yes, I have it in my book. I sing it all the time. It's a classic.
I love that. Okay, how about the song that was playing when you were getting ready for the Tony Awards? When you got back to the apartment and your family was there, there was like breakfast, hair and makeup was there.
Can I tell you? I actually like in my Spotify Wrapped. It was like you listen to the most music on this one day, and it was the
that
Tony
day?
Awards day because I just had it playing all day, and it was
Right.
like showing me the arc of the day, and it started with Joni Mitchell, my girl, and it ended with Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
So it's like
Two
you
queens.
got to have two, fierce queens
Yeah.
who are there for your feelings and also for the bops.
For the feelings and
But
the bops.
I mean, yeah, Beyonce definitely got me through that day.
Oh, of course.
Couldn't have done it without
Who
her.
run the world?
Girls.
And last one. How about your opening night of Operation Mincemeat?
I mean, the first thing that came to my mind is some sort of like really like intense spy music.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like a Mission Impossible?
Literally, yeah.
Yes.
No, it was the scariest thing I've ever done. I still can't believe I did that for the first time. I said that to my
Yeah.
dresser like literally yesterday during one of our last quick changes. I was like, isn't it crazy that I ever did this for the first time?
Yeah, now you're
Isn't
doing
it
it every
crazy?
night.
And now I'm doing it every night.
Until February 2027?
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
Catch me at the Golden.
Catch Julia at the Golden. Get your tickets. Come with me, 'cause I haven't gone yet.
Yeah,
We'll make a little
get
group
Jason
trip.
there. Come on, Alan.
Let's do it. Julia, you're such a gift. I love speaking with you. You're such a
same.
light, literally.
Same.
So
Same.
thank you for spending time with me. And go see Operation Mincemeat. Oh, your social medias before you go. We gotta
Yes.
pump those out.
All I have is Instagram.
Okay.
Just Julia Knitel. That's
yes.
Come on,
And
follow.
Follow, support, like, share. And I'm Jason A. Coombs, or Where the Light Lands on Instagram. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You rock.
You rock. I always have the best time when I come here, you guys.
Thank you.
Like I'm always just like, oh, it's so easy.